Why trauma turns into anger. Before we begin, I want to ask you a question. Have you ever reacted to something and later wondered, why did I get so angry? Have you ever found yourself snapping at people you care about? Have you ever felt irritated, frustrated, or emotionally overwhelmed, even when the situation did not seem serious? And have you ever back afterwards and thought, that reaction was bigger than the situation? If you have, you are not alone. Because sometimes anger is not really about anger. Sometimes anger is pain wearing armor. Sometimes anger is grief that never had a chance to be expressed. Sometimes anger is fear that has been buried for years. And sometimes anger is trauma that has never healed. Many people believe anger is the problem, but in reality, anger is often a messenger. It is a signal, a warning light, a symptom. And if we only focus on the anger, we often miss the deeper wound underneath it. Today's video is about understanding why trauma often turns into anger, why some people become short tempered, why some people explode emotionally, why some people become defensive, why some people seem angry all the time, and why many good people carry anger they do not fully understand. The truth is, most people are not born angry. They become angry, and often their anger has a story of pain, a story of rejection, a story of neglect, a story of fear, a story of being hurt in ways they never learned how to process. Sometimes that story begins in childhood. Perhaps you grew up in a home where you did not feel safe. Perhaps there was constant criticism, constant conflict, constant tension. Perhaps you learned very early that your feelings did not matter. Or perhaps you learned that showing sadness was dangerous, showing fear was weakness, and showing vulnerability led to more pain. When children do not feel emotionally safe, they cannot always express what they are truly feeling. A child may feel hurt, but be unable to say it. A child may feel rejected, but not understand why. A child may feel frightened, but have nowhere to turn. And when those emotions remain trapped for years, they often transform into something easier to access: anger. Because anger feels powerful, sadness feels vulnerable, fear feels vulnerable, rejection feels vulnerable, but anger feels strong. Anger creates the illusion of protection. And many people unconsciously learn that anger is safe than pain. This is why some adults become angry when they are actually hurt, angry when they are disappointed, angry when they feel ignored, angry when they feel rejected, angry when they feel abandoned. Because underneath the anger, there is often a much deeper emotional wound asking to be seen. And here is something important to understand: trauma does not always come from dramatic events. Sometimes trauma comes from what was missing emotional support, missing affection, missing safety, missing validation, missing connection. Sometimes the deepest wounds are not caused by what happened, they are caused by what never happened. If this message spoke to something you have been silently carrying, my book, Strong Outside, Empty Inside, is available now on Amazon. You can find the link in the video description and pinned comment below. Thank you for listening and take care.